here's a first-time rider, Richard Jones from Oakham in Rutland. Fox on the Run, a horse that Chloe Newton rodes. Their first attempt here at Badminton. Fox on the Run, 65.7 equals 73rd in the dressage. Didn't impress the dressage judges. Well sat. Now he's got to correct himself.
Go on, if he's clever now, go on, then he can jump that. He hasn't crossed his tracks.
No, well corrected.
That was very well corrected. And I would say that should be absolutely fine, because and for a first-time rider there, he was very quick at thinking about what he had to do there.
Goes wide, ran up the red flag on the right, cuts back.
Got 3 stride, just got a little bit deep to it. The horse just caught his knee. And he did well to sit tight. I think he thought that water was coming.
Yeah, that back end got quite high, didn't it?
He half thought about giving it a go from there. No, sensibly not. Turn round. And this is where you just have to be so careful not to cross the incoming tracks of where you came in. He hasn't. He's just made a little S-turn there. And now go for it. And the horse locked straight onto that narrow fence, said, yeah, all right, I'm going to get on with it. This horse was started out by Leslie Law as a young horse, and then was sold on when Leslie moved across to America. It'll be very interesting to see how he goes around the rest of the course.
Well, now Michael Owen on course for Ireland from Malpas in Cheshire, but rides for Ireland. King Bob. Michael rode Perks of the Job here in 2002. He's a man who might well benefit Ireland in the future. He's only recently, in the last year or so, changed to the Irish flag. As looks like fun, streams out across the top of the park.
Vicky is still going so well.
Now here's the one that will be interesting. It is Andrew Hoy. His wife Bettina on his right-hand side just saying good luck. Andrew, who won with this horse owned by Sue Magner, and Andrew, of course, won in 2006. First jumped here in 1979. Now, looks like fun, still pulling. And gallops across that uneven ground.
I don't know why I'm laughing, but this horse is really loving the job, really getting on with it. And all right, he's very strong, and Vicky will probably come back and say, I've never ridden him like this before. But he is really getting on with the job. She's got him fit. And it just shows they know each other so well there, and nip straight over. He's got his ears pricked. Looks like a racehorse finishing here.
Not been easy in the dressage. Anyone could improve that phase. This is definitely a horse that would be in the reckoning.
He's always been a very good jumper, but he wouldn't have the movement of the other horses that Vicky has sold. You know, they do move well. This horse does struggle a little bit with the dressage. It's just what nature made him with the dressage phase. But
looks like fun finishes, and Moonfleet starts.
I'm surprised to see that Vicky's a minute over the time. You're not, Mike?
Well, remember, she went the long way at the Colt Pond, all those circles, and she didn't take the shortest route. She went quite quickly, but swung quite wide. It's quite a long way over, but I'm not altogether surprised. But still, she'll be pleased with that, I'm sure. Now, this is Fox on the Run, rather. This is Richard Thompson, his first. Richard Jones, rather, his first Badminton, owned by Trefoil Ross Jones, up in...
That was a surprise, really, because the horse actually had a good jump up.
He did. But he must have landed on there very short to get that quick striding, which then, of course, meant he was very, very close to the log. He's walked the course, he knows the alternative route, and about half an hour later he'll be on his way to the next fence. It's a long way. Now, Moonfleet at the quarry. You won't see this horse jump right to the bottom, I'm sure. No, literally lands on the edge of the bank. Triple Olympic team gold medalist, individual silver medalist, just ahead of Mark Todd, who was with us earlier in the individual in Sydney. He won silver behind David O'Connor. He is one of the best in the world. Now this is Michael Owen, King Bob, at the Blue Cross Roll Tops. Very forward-going horse, this one.
He looks quite a keen sort of horse. As you can see, the sheepskin noseband on his nose. Now that is there. If the horse sometimes sticks his head up in the air, the riders believe that with the sheepskin noseband, that it might get them to encourage to drop their head and actually look what they're doing. It works on some horses and has the opposite effects on others, but obviously he's ridden a horse with it like this before, so he knows what works.
Moonfleet, undoubtedly one of the best bred horses there's ever been in the sport. Went by the Coolmore stud. Oh!
No.
No, good to see the horse and rider on their feet. Horse fall, so that's the end of the story. And, do you know, Tina, it is interesting. I saw Moonfleet and Andrew at Belton, one of the warm-up competitions, probably one of the key warm-up competitions now. Let's watch it again first.
To me, looked a nice clean jump coming in. I was just thinking what a smooth 3 strides he'd got. He was a touch off it, but not too far. And the horse just caught his left leg on the widest part of that corner.
I just thought at Belton that there they are on their feet. Good to see. I did think at Belton the horse didn't look as athletic as I'd seen him quite in the past. Maybe unfair, because they've been a great horse, but there we are. It's a horse fall, they're out, and I wonder what that does to Andrew Hoy's chances for Australia. 3-time Olympic gold medalist, and Australia won it 3 times. That was in 1992, 1996 and 2000. Now it's King Bob, Michael Owen. Oh, and lucky. Lucky, that could have been a horse fall. I wonder whether they would have treated that as a run out. You know the rules.
Yeah, that would have been a run out.
Well, it's a run out, but was it if he'd have fallen? If the horse had fallen.
They're taking the direct route.
I think if the horse had fallen, yes, it would have carried. It would have been included, wouldn't it? The horse. That's quite close, actually, isn't it, Mike? I've now got a little tongue-tied. Not quite sure what to say on that one now. I think I might just sit on the fence.
Brave horse.
The horse, as with a few others we've seen today, coming to that big ditch, about 3 strides away, they just see. Now, this is another big, horrible fence when they have felt a little bit ditchy, but actually he's taken it on. But that brush is such a narrow brush, you couldn't really see from the angle that we've had. If there's any doubt in their mind and the horse is looking down into the ditch, there is that very easy option of cantering past it.
It's a new phrase to me, a bit ditchy.
Bit ditchy.
A bit ditchy, yeah. Well, let's look at the scoreboard again. It's Polly Stockton still out in front. Remember, she went at number 10, 46.71 of only 2 inside the time still. William Fox Pitt Balancula, 48.1. Georgie Davis still 3rd. Sharon Hunt 4th. Tankerstown, Nicola Wilson 5th. Opposition Buzz. Haven't had too much change to that recently. And the way things are going, we're not going to get any on the course now that are going to change all that. But in 2 horses' time, Pippa Funnel on the course. Now, things are not going quite so well for Michael Owen. Eventing's Michael Owen. And in fact, of course, football's Michael Owen, a man very much interested in the horse world, great racehorse owner, but his own trainer, I think, these days.
I know.
Fox on the run finishing. Richard Jones, his first badminton. Again, a minute over the time. I think the good thing, Tina, is that these young riders are realising what the test is, and I think they're riding sensibly, which is good news.
I think he's ridden very sensibly. He's a young man. He's a new combination with this horse. This horse and the